Welcome to Our Best Self, a discussion sharing forum to help you see habits and practices that will lead to your happiness and success personally and professionally. Mental strength, happiness, health, business success, and the gamut at large. Today I want to share about my fears and the attachment association that I put towards business and personal success, and how looking back and looking at today can help me through these mental gymnastics and help me day in and day out. Because it is my intensity and my persistence that allows me to grow and give my best to so many people. My hope is I keep seeing these moments of appreciation and gratitude of myself, and I grow that little nugget into something that continues to give me encouragement and joy forever. So a bit of a deeper self-reflection, exposing my fears in the hopes that it frees you and me. So today I want to share about exposing your fears and how it will unlock for you your future and your present day happiness, and maybe just make you a more enjoyable person to be around, both at the office and at home. And I think one of the perspectives here is exposing your fears is so underrated as something you should do. And it is currently the opposite of what everybody is doing, which is giving their best press release version in every channel possible. But if you share what you're afraid of, what is bothering you, hurting you, what is keeping you up at night, with either yourself to begin with, a friend who you have a trusting relationship with but maybe don't see often, and then potentially, hopefully, with your business partners, team, clients, I believe that if you share what you see as your big risk, as your big concern, and you expose that, people can come and help fill in and help correct and prevent that fear from becoming a reality. Now, that fear might be a fear of inadequacy, a fear that the content you create and share with the world is basic. It could be your fear that you're not a great leader. It could be a fear that you're not a great dad. But those are broad strokes, right? And they're great for general conversation and to get general replies. But I would ask you to expose your fears at a more tactical level. Because when you expose them at a more tactical level, closer to the center of the pain, that which you are specifically concerned with, not this high level, anything can be included situation, but instead, specifically, what you're worried about. I think you'll find you're able to not only put in place things that will help mitigate it, number one. Number two, you might just change your lifestyle. For me, my fear was I didn't want to be a bad dad. But what did that mean? What did that mean? When I broke it down, it was that I was not participating and engaging with the growth and development of my daughter. And so what did I do? I went from being a full-time global executive consultant for cloud and technology for some of the biggest companies in the planet to working 9 to 5 at an awesome industrial company in Atlanta, Georgia. Essentially taking myself from flying 200 to 300,000 miles a year, basically 2 to 4 flights a week, every week, to flying 3 times last year and 2 times before that in the year prior. And my quality and my engagement with my daughter has escalated, and it is incredibly joyful. Now, do I also have other elements of that fear? Of course. And I share that. I even share that with my ex, so that she sees my sore spots and can navigate around those and help me navigate and build around them too. In business, sharing what your concerns are or what your fears are helps your client, one, see you as a caring human being, and two, I would say respects and appreciates it more than any other service provider. Because if you upfront tell me you're only available these hours to respond and support me, on the surface, I'm going to be like, wow, this other guy or gal, she can do it twice as much. So clearly they're better. But if I share, I have these restrictions because I must spend those other hours with my daughter or my family. Suddenly, you're reframed. You see someone who is committed to something with integrity and honesty and willing to prioritize. And if you're given the privilege to hire that person or to work with that person, you recognize that your needs will also be prioritized. And the diligence and care that this human is expressing towards their priority, children, health, family, what have you, that's going to transfer to you and to your passions and to your business and thus to your customers. So I would encourage you to expose your fears. Expose where you are hurt and where you're working to move forward. Oftentimes, I will begin a conversation or a difficult conversation and frame it in a way of, I'm having this conversation with you today because in a previous situation where we began here, it ended in this negative event. And I'm not saying we're going that way together, but I need you to hear me and understand my emotion around this issue and help us both find a new destination together. I think if you frame things, you give people context to your humanity, to your experience in life, it allows them to understand better emotion, but also the context in which they framed maybe an action or a situation that you set up that was by far and away the frame and context that that other human had set up. And so, to be our best selves, sometimes we have to show part of ourselves that we're not proud of, that we're afraid of, that are areas of disappointment. But when we share this, when we share these limitations with those that we're journeying together, if you will, I have seen more positive results than negative. And as I continue to grow and to be brave in sharing these truths for me, I encourage you to find ways that you can share these with others too. And perhaps together, with our shared humanity, we'll achieve our happiness and our goals. Thank you for listening to Our Best Self podcast. This is a passion project where I'm sharing the daily writings and studies from around the world and best that I can find for you.